I've cleared the way, inviting open arms, come to me. You know the way is so exciting. I've been waiting on you.
Hey, it's Kinard and Tamara.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. Good. Well, listen. All right. Kinard and I were just thinking about, this week and how it's been a challenging week in terms of like emotions, um, you know, lots of things that we're just trying to build. We have 5 kids in college. We try to make time for all of them. While we talk about enjoying being an empty nester, there's another side to this for us, um, and that's grief. So, we've experienced some loss, and so sometimes celebrating being an empty nester doesn't necessarily feel like a celebration because of the things that we've been through this year. And and it's hard to even talk about. So in us sharing our love and laughter and dates and lightness, just know that there are some things that we had to do to get here. Kinard says I have a Harry Potter team, therapist, life coach. Just over the years, that's just been some of the people and the things I've had, to help keep me going. And most recently, we've had to have a double dose of that, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In which part? I was about to go. Yeah. Double dose of.
Oh, therapy.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I was. Yeah.
No, I just want to make sure I'm following. But it's like as you can probably tell, in the way that she's sharing information, I listen to what she says. I think it's one of the key things about being an empty nester is being able to hear each other in a different way.
Yeah.
And it's real. It's a thing where I didn't realize how much I would say as dad, as like how my ear was split. So it's like we'll have conversations, and then my ear is listening to see what's going on with the children in the house, or what's going on, or I may get a text message from one of the children. I'm trying to text at the same time, but it's one of those things where you get to really listen into each other, and I think that's like this week has been one of those weeks. One of those weeks to really listen in.
We gotta check in anyway. Yeah. Like we have this book that we were reading together. We were we'll share that book with you later. I don't know. You want to share it now? No, we'll share it later.
Yeah.
And then we just do a lot of like, how are you doing?
Yeah, and personal. It's I always say personal development, but we can get more specific and just literally how you're doing. And a lot of times we don't know how you're doing. We're doing it until we check in with one another.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of, I'm not going to say autopilot, but there's a lot of things a lot of responsibilities that take precedence a lot of times when it comes to work, the things that are kind of, I would say, external.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of external things. And one of the things I would say this week for me, I would say one thing for me is this grief. We lost a daughter earlier this year, and back in February. And it's one of those things when death happens, there's something that kicks in. It's like, okay, I have to kind of keep it together or be a certain way to actually get through just for myself, just for us. We have to, get through for ourselves. I know with me, it was a thing I chose to just not be okay. I was like, I'm not going to try to be strong for anyone. I'm just going to lean into my faith, ask God to step in to be strong where I was not. And it's interesting how many people said, "Oh, you guys are so strong. You're standing strong." And I thought you would be such and such. I would literally say it's not me, because it's those moments. It's like when we're by ourselves, and when I'm by myself, it's a thing of it's real reflection. I mean, even I would say it's recent as yesterday. I wanted to do so many other things yesterday. And I laid in the bed and I didn't want to get up. It was just one of those things where grief hit me in what you call it felt like devastation, if that makes sense. But it wasn't super overwhelming, but it was enough to the point where I knew I needed to just stay in the bed and just rest and kind of be in that moment.
Yeah.
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 And also along with that, therapy has helped a lot for me because the tools that my therapist has given me that has helped to even recognize when grief is present. And I think that's yesterday was one of those times where I really finally recognized, wow, it's very sneaky. It could be at any given time. You'd be riding down the street. Like for me, yesterday it was literally. I think I was watching something on Netflix, and it had nothing to do with grief, had nothing to do with anything, and it was just one little moment that kind of triggered a thought, and it just kind of took me to a place, and then I was able to access those tools. I prayed a little bit, and I just kind of laid in the bed and just kind of sat with, well, laid in the bed and felt how I felt.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like I needed to rush myself out of that space.
Yep.
And that's very important.
Mm-hmm. And you said pray a little bit, but I know that one thing that we keep. Kinard calls me every morning, and well, if we're not praying together, like if he has to leave out to go to work, and I'm still at the house, he'll call or leave a voicemail, and it's a prayer, and that's something that we've done for a very long time. Just pray in the morning. Sometimes, you get off track and, you get out of the routine or you out of town or whatever, something happens and it's a little, you get off. But, prayer is that one thing that it keeps us grounded. It reminds us of, that we're not in charge. We can do as much as we can, but ultimately God is in control.
Right.
Yes.
And that little, let me clarify. The little prayer, I think I got that. I meant short prayer. That's what I mean. When I say little prayer, I mean short prayer.
Yeah.
That's
I was thinking about, though, when I said my Harry Potter team.
Yeah.
I didn't put God in the Harry Potter team.
Well, I got but God is the background.
God is already. Yeah.
Entire
I just thought about that. I was like, oh shoot, I don't want people out here thinking I'm a
sorry
heathen.
Sorry, Pastor.
No. Oh God. Anyway,
we'll be right there.
Okay.
So we have more stories. We definitely have more stories, but I guess we can end this one here because we're running a long time.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, until next time.
We'll see you soon.